Hi, in this episode I'm going to talk about Coursera and learning in general, about the tips, how you can approach learning, and generally how to be better at what you're doing, how to gain marketable skills that you can use to get a better job. So, first of all, I'm a huge fan of Coursera. There are a couple of videos on my channel that you can look for to find the best courses on Coursera, so I truly recommend those. That's why I also have Coursera right now in the background. But what I'm going to talk about is pretty much general, and my expertise, my knowledge, my experience comes from being in academia for over basically 10 years, if you count from the very early period when I was still doing research as a student. So my approach to learning is pretty simple. I want to get deep into the subject, and first of all I start with the deepest thing possible, and then I try to work around how to understand this given piece. So that's a standard way in academia on how to approach new papers, because especially as a PhD student, you need to learn how to learn quickly in order to become an expert in a given domain. And the best way to do that is to actually grab the papers that you want to understand in the end and then work backwards from that. So for example, if I were to understand how neural networks work or how they are used right now in image recognition or video processing, I would grab one of the papers and then try to work backwards, meaning underlining everything that it is in the paper, see what I don't understand, Google everything I don't understand, and then do that again and again. Also see the references to the previous papers. And this is the finite process. In the end, you will learn everything you need to understand the particular concept or the particular paper. And that works with any kind of knowledge. Also, if you're learning at school and if there's something you don't understand, so for example, if you don't understand multiplication of matrices, then maybe there's a more fundamental concept, more basic concept that you don't understand when it comes to linear algebra. So for example, you might not understand what is a matrix in the first place, and then how to operate on the matrix. And that might be blocking you to understand actually how to multiply matrices and so on. So there are always a different basic concept that you need to understand in order to go forward. But from my perspective, it's always easier to actually go backwards rather than trying to go forward. And the reason for that is also you will save a lot of time, because if you try to learn forward, trying to predict what you will need in the end, you might not get the thing that you really need, and you spend time boggled down by details that are not necessary in the end. So if you want to be really practical, pragmatic, go faster with your education, then the best way is to go backwards. Second of all, do notes. So for that, I'm particularly using Evernote. This is the app that I've been using for the last couple of years, together with Google Docs, Google Spreadsheets, to have everything on the cloud. But the whole idea is that have a place where you scribble down all the notes you might have to track your progress, have metrics for what you don't understand, what you want to understand next, and then work on that. So if you want to understand how to build this kind of strategy for learning, then basically think about where you want to get in the next couple of years, what kind of skills you need. For example, look at the job descriptions that are there on the internet, for example, for a data scientist, or maybe a marketing team leader, or other position that you're looking for, and then work backwards. So it's still the same. You look where you want to get in a couple of years, and then try to understand how to get there by working backwards from that particular position. So you're always trying to bridge this gap that you have between your current position and the position that you want to find yourself in the next couple of years. So that's why I think things like Coursera, things like courses online and general education online is great, because once you have this mind map for where you want to go and where you want to be in a couple of years, then it's quite easy to actually map everything, where to get the skills in the particular domain, and track the progress, so you'll be even more motivated because you will see the end goal in the end, and that's really, really great. So yeah, the rest of the video I will shortly talk also about Coursera. Coursera is great because you have those leading universities and companies from Google to IBM to Stanford, teaching you about various concepts, especially in IT, data science, machine learning, AI. But there are also many business courses that you can really use in your career. And it's really great because you can jump into one of the courses, learn what you want to learn, and just keep on jumping to get the knowledge that you really need. And this is basically the general truth about any kind of online platform. You can learn what you want. You can basically pick and choose between different courses, different knowledge, and so on. So remember to basically, from this video, if you want to take one thing, work backwards, do the mind plan for what you're going to do next, and then be open about the possibilities you have on the internet, because there are plenty of those. So this is it for this video. If you really like this content, browse my other videos about especially Coursera, courses online, because those might help you to gain more education and learn better skills. And yeah, find a better job in the end, find something satisfactory what you can do on an everyday basis. Thank you, smash the like button, and see you in the next episode.